All right, on this video, I want to show you a couple of different things that could happen as you're solving these things and what you need to say for your answer when that happens, okay? So if we start solving this by elimination, we could see that 3 would go into 9 3 times. And so if I multiplied this whole equation by -3, the top one would stay the same. I would have 9x plus 12y is equal to 30. And if I multiply the bottom one by 3, I get -9x minus 12y is equal to -30. So when I add those together, my x's cancel, which is what I want, but my y's also cancel, so I get 0 left on that side, and the 30's also cancel, so I get 0 equals 0. When you get 0 equals 0, you are going to say infinite solutions. That means there are a whole lot of answers that work. Basically, anything that works in this equation also works in this equation because they're basically the same equation. I know they don't look like they're the same equation at the beginning, but the top one is just a multiple of the bottom one. So when you go to eliminate an x, you're also going to eliminate everything else. So 0 equals 0 will mean that there are infinite solutions. That's not the same as saying all real numbers. So sometimes when we're solving equations, we would get all real numbers. That is not what you're going to say here because not every number works, but there's an infinite number of solutions that do work, okay? So that's the first thing. 0 equals 0 means you have infinite solutions, okay? Let's look at another type of situation that might happen. Let's say you have -4x minus 4y is equal to 1, and -12x minus 12y is equal to 24. So you say, well, I can get rid of my x's here by multiplying by -3 again. Okay, coincidentally, same number. Okay, so -4 times -3 is a positive 12x. This -4 times -3 is also positive 12y. And then 1 times -3 is -3. This equation stays the same. So I'm just going to copy it down. And then I'm going to add everything together, and my x's cancel out like we want them to. But also the y's cancel out. So I get 0 on this side, but on this side I don't get 0. 24 minus 3 is 21. 0 equals 21 can never happen. So here you say no solution. What's going on here is that you have two lines that are parallel and they'll never cross. Remember that you're trying to find the pair of numbers that works in both equations, and that's where the lines meet. So if you have two lines like that, that's where your answer is. The place where they meet is the ordered pair where the answer is. So 0 equals 21 can never happen, so you can never answer your question. So 0 equals any number that you get. 0 equals a number is no solution, okay? Here's something else that you might get that is similar, but yet different, okay? So let's say you have 5x plus 8y is equal to -30, and x plus 16y is equal to -6, okay? So let's try to get rid of our x's. I'm going to multiply this by a -5. So my top equation stays 5x plus 8y is equal to -30. The bottom becomes -5x plus 80y is equal to positive 30. So my x's cancel out. 8 plus 80 is 88, so I have 88y. And then -30 plus 30 is 0. Now this is different. Just because I have a 0 in here does not mean that I'm going to have infinite solution or no solution. I'm going to go ahead and solve this equation. I have an 88y, so I'm going to divide both sides by 88. And 0 divided by 88 equals 0. I actually get the number 0. Y equals 0 is an answer. And I'm going to plug that now back up into my top equation, or either one of my equations, and solve for x. So I'm going to erase some of this work here. So if I plug it back up into this bottom one, I get x plus 16 times y, which is 0, is equal to negative 6. Well, anything times 0 is equal to 0, so this becomes x plus 0 is negative 6, and anything plus 0 is itself, so x equals negative 6. So my answer is negative 6, 0. So you could have 0 as an answer. So what we had when we solved that was 88y equals 0. If you have something like that, you're going to get an answer. One of the numbers is going to be 0, which is not no solution and not infinite solution. So to review, let's erase this. To review, 0 equals 0 is infinite solution. 0 equals some number cannot happen, so that is no solution. If you get 3x equals 0 or 9y equals 0, that is just going to mean that x is equal to 0 or y is equal to 0, and you're going to continue on solving it the same way. Okay, hope that helps.